Hi there, internet associate. I'm about to watch another episode of Lucifer. This is season 2, episode 11, and it's called Stewardess, Interruptus. This sounds like a Harry Potter spell or something. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be something that Lucifer says again to a stewardess, and he's trying to be snarky or smarmy or whatever the word is, and maybe make like a Harry Potter type spell reference. Or maybe I'm just interpreting, oh my gosh, or maybe I'm interpreting this completely wrong. I don't know. But last episode, it looked like Lucifer and Chloe were about to make a pretty big connection there at the end of the episode, and that might not be a good thing for Lucifer. So I'm looking forward to seeing where they're headed with this storyline. It's exciting to finally really start to get some more insight on why Chloe is affecting Lucifer the way that she is. Now we know that she's like, what, like, you know, a divine child, a miracle baby, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, man, it's getting pretty exciting. Let's go ahead and get into it. Lucifer, season 2, episode 11, Stewardess, Interruptus. They picking up right where we left off in the last episode. I feel like it's gonna stop for some reason.
Foolish compliment.
Lucifer!
I knew it.
Hello. This is your flight.
Stewardess, Interruptus.
Please buckle up.
This is such terrible timing.
Thought we could rack up some miles.
Detective, I have no idea.
Terrible timing, and that was not a coincidence.
It's okay.
Was it? Maybe?
Detective, please. Come
Seems
on.
like something somebody planned, but
We were
his mom wouldn't want them to stop.
Glad she showed up.
She's like, it made things clear.
Kept me from
Yeah.
making a big mistake.
Jana.
Jana, could you like stop? What the heck, Jana? Was there a reason for that? Or like, is she really just that weird and that, like, you know, dumb? Like, that she just walks into this dude's place and just does that when he's with another woman? Like, I don't know. Was there a reason for that? Or was that just one of those things where they just wanted to write something just to have it happen, just to give Chloe a reason to, you know, to be upset? Because that feels too, like, too convenient. You know what I mean? Like, too, why did that just happen? So I guess I'll hold my tongue a bit and see if that actually happened for a reason, like somebody planned that and it wasn't as much of a coincidence as it seems, or if that was really just the plot wheels turning and they just wanted to throw something in there just to have it happen, just so that, you know, Chloe would have a reason to doubt Lucifer again.
Scrumptious start to your day.
Toasted sugar what?
Who got you this, Maze?
They're my favorite. Please, please, Mommy.
You need to stick with the eggs. I guess when you're like 8 years old, that stuff
So
seems
if you weren't
appealing.
working,
It really wasn't.
then why are cheeks getting red, Mommy?
Oh,
Jeez.
Trixie is like on her.
I'm good. I'll stay here.
I'm good. I just want to see Trixie continue to grow over the course of this show as the years go on. It's just going to be interesting to watch.
What? Whoever did this is no better than he was.
No longer welcome, especially those who are secretly my mother.
Well, I think you'll make an exception when you hear what I have to say.
No, you've just
Spit it
been
out, I don't have
making
an
things
eternity
turmoil
here.
recently.
Oh, yes, actually, I
Just
do.
popping
I
in
just
like
want
you're
you
our
wrong.
friend.
Wrong. I wanted to prove to you that Chloe wasn't worthy of you. I gave her every incentive to turn on you. But she didn't.
You're messing up. Now
She impressed me.
if you want him to stay with Chloe, you gotta not approve of Chloe. Don't you know how parenting works? Oh wait, you probably actually don't. At least not in human parenting terms.
Look, just call it a case of Stewardess, Interruptus.
Okay,
Just do the
so
best.
it was like, it wasn't really like a spell. It was more like a disease or something. Stewardess, Interruptus. But there's the title for you.
I agree with you, but you insist on letting an impossibly attractive flight attendant come between us, and not in the fun way.
You probably shouldn't have used those adjectives.
Very different personalities, and I'm not judging.
Well, that
I'm a
adjective and
homicide
that
detective,
adverb.
Not the slut police. And
I will never lay eyes on that flight attendant again.
Man, that was hilarious. Okay, so that definitely makes it look like Jana showing up right now on this layover or whatever was not a coincidence. She's popping up dead. Unless Could Lucifer's mom have done this? Cause since he told her about it and she was mad at her. I don't know, man. Interesting developments. I can't believe this.
Sorry,
Chloe, you
microphone.
did this, didn't you? Out of
That
jealousy.
deserved the term. We hardly knew each other, really.
Place.
Ditched the loser from Lux. Lux is terrible. She was seeing someone else at Lux.
This
I
guy.
think it means you.
Stop raining on Lucifer's parade, Chloe.
Nuts. You brag about what we did in a police precinct?
Dude, chill.
Not smart.
Just came to get my check.
Yeah.
And I thought that we could celebrate our righteous kill.
Maze, stop. Maze seems to be very excited about this, but nobody else around is, you know, as excited. Because Chloe kind of shut her down, basically. Like, I already heard about that, and that's not even what he deserved. And now, you know, Dan is like, stop talking about that. This is not something to talk about, especially in the middle of a police precinct. So you get the feeling that Maze is probably feeling a little, you know, let down in a way, maybe unappreciated. I don't know if that would be the word, but she's definitely got she's in her feelings a bit about this now.
Trying to blend in?
Lucifer's in white.
Well, it's not often I get to break out the linen.
I had sex. Meet Sharon.
Hey, Lucifer.
Oh, yeah.
Was she just
She
waiting
can
there to
attest
come in
my
on cue?
whereabouts all night long, and she can too.
He's like, hey Sharon, I need you to just stand around, and whenever I'm gonna mention to somebody that I have sex, I need you to just walk in.
Victim was in the shower when he was
Ooh,
killed. Signs of a...
Pretty sure you didn't sleep with this guy.
I mean, you never know.
Actually, you're wrong about
Lucifer.
that,
Oh
detective.
wait,
Raj. So fit.
yeah, I was just about to say. I mean, like, is Lucifer having what devil's threesomes or whatnot earlier in the season? I don't think Lucifer, like, you know, subscribes to any specific sexuality. That's at least how I've always imagined him, or whatnot. At least in the show, Lucifer.
Oh, that's a brilliant plan.
It is.
Well, what better way to prove my worth to you than a bevy of exes singing my praises?
Opposite
That's
effect,
definitely what's
Lucifer.
gonna happen.
Very
Okay, a
opposite
list of
effect.
everyone-
Yeah, the way that these cases just be lining up with Lucifer's life is hilarious. Like the fact that now they got to do a whole case figuring out all the people that Lucifer's had sex with just after Chloe just got, you know, kind of almost, she says, you know, she almost made a mistake, as Chloe put it, and now they're doing this. It's just so funny. Like, and Chloe's having to interview them too. This is hilarious, man. It's just such a funny setup. But also, like, I mean, like, in terms of like a real world sense, you feel bad for Chloe. You know what I mean? Like, this must kind of suck. She was growing attached to this dude, and now she's having to interview literally every single person he's had sex with, at least in the last 8 weeks, which still seems to be a lot.
You slept with all of them?
Yes, bit of a dry spell the last couple of months.
Oh my gosh.
Now, this is
They're the ones who suggested the split. And still have feelings even though they shouldn't.
what on earth are you talking about?
Read the subtext, Lucifer. That's actually the first time that they've revealed that on the show, isn't it, though? Dan still having feelings for Chloe like that? I don't think that they've really indicated that before. At least not, definitely not that overtly, but it seems like even just watching, I kind of got the feeling that they were, for the most part, actually over each other in that way. And they were more so just, you know, reconnecting as friends and, you know, still just building that relationship that they have as, you know, parents of the same child and friends and co-workers and stuff.
My life.
The best night of my life. The best night of my life?
Oh,
The best night of my
goodness.
life.
Thing?
He did this
Oh.
thing.
He did this
He
thing.
did this thing with a pan flute and a butternut squash, Tibetan singing pot, and
Lucifer.
artisan honey.
Why are you
It's a
doing
game
all
of
these
bagels.
things?
Do I make you horny, honey?
Oh my
With some
gosh.
Vaseline and a car battery?
What?
Oh, it's a
We-
like
me and
all
Dan.
gentlemen style.
Did Lucifer bring you dinner?
What
Did
kind of
he
question is this, Chloe?
Do anything special for you? Get you a burger, fries?
What? No.
No.
It was.
You know why you're asking that question, Chloe.
It's just sex.
Yeah.
It's just sex.
This is getting to
There's no
Lucifer.
Emotional connection.
That was it. It was fun. But
Because none of them cared enough about me to murder.
All signs point to Chloe, man.
I actually think you're more human than a lot of people I know.
Sorry.
Take that back. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, you're a good friend and a great person. Demon.
Sorry.
LAPD.
Is she alive?
Anyone home?
Do we have another dead body on our hands? Or oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
See? I told you someone cared.
Congratulations, Lucifer. That's what true love looks like.
Why am I on this wall?
She said, why am I on this wall?
Maybe she can just sense the inevitable.
What are you doing in my... Lucifer! Okay,
Well,
hey.
Lucifer!
This is one of your exes?
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm really not.
Is she just a fan?
I have all of Lucifer's lovers categorized.
Oh my gosh.
Here
This'll
is the
be
flight
helpful.
attendant section. Was her GBFFN.
GBFFN. Girl, boy, I don't know. She's about to tell us.
A gay best friend for now.
Oh.
Pondering stalker girl. I mean, how is it the only person infatuated with me is someone who doesn't even know me?
Like all famous people. What in the world, man?
You're welcome.
Now, what if the plane just went?
Afraid you were trying to kill me.
What? Am I supposed to be thanking you for something?
No. The self-worth comes from within, bitches. No.
She wants you to thank her for the guy being killed, Chloe. Me just feels so unappreciated, huh? She's like, y'all just asking me for stuff, not thanking me and being excited when I get people killed by the Russian mob.
When it comes to Chloe,
Oh my gosh.
Careful, brother. That sounds dangerously
Lucifer,
like a compliment.
he's manipulating you.
never listen to my advice anyway.
Okay, Maze.
Why are you sitting so close?
So what if you slept with Charlotte Richards?
Better disconnect that microphone. Oh my gosh.
Dan slept with Charlotte?
Trust me, you're not half as disgusted by that as I am.
Well, she just assumes Lucifer knew.
Who hasn't is this case, okay? So just step outside and get some air.
Are you ready for the package?
I think that's supposed to be my line.
Yeah.
Some guy gave me a C note, told me to sit next to you and say I was burnt.
If that's not our killer, then where is he?
That wasn't smart, dude. Like, never accept $100 to get into a situation like that. Like, that's obviously not a good idea. I mean, if you're gonna take $100 for something, it should be something that ostensibly looks like a bad thing, not a good thing. Because if it looks like a good thing, why would somebody be paying you $100 to do it? It's like obviously terrible.
I don't have it. Liar. Oh, come now. Surely a little bit of cocaine isn't worth all the senseless killing.
It's my ass on the line and that stupid bitch Jana.
Huh.
You don't speak of her that way. Drugs.
There goes Lucifer with those eyes.
But she does much worse than that.
He said, I'm... Oh my gosh. Been a minute since Lucifer did that.
Just arrest me, okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He said, I'm sorry. Just arrest me. I'm sorry. What?
How did you find me? I'm sorry I took it. I was desperate. I'm broke. When the stewardess let us look about how much cash she was gonna make from this delivery. What the hell is happening to me?
I don't know what to make of that.
I'd be honored to simply continue working by your side.
He doesn't feel like he deserves her.
You deserve someone worthy of you, and that isn't me.
That's not what I've been saying, Lucifer.
Yeah. Wow. And I have a feeling that Amenadiel and Charlotte saying all that stuff to him definitely is a contributing factor to this epiphany. It's like, you know, the moment they said that, he starts to reconsider that because he's like, well, if they're saying that, not saying that was like a conscious thing, but maybe subconscious. I'm sure there's other factors as well that made him start to think like this.
Yeah. You're probably right.
Oh, they're actually going to do it now. Detective. Oh my gosh. Was she already planning on doing that, or did it take Lucifer saying that to make her want to do that? I wonder. So I felt like as episodes of Lucifer go, this episode was a little bit goofier than what we usually see from this show. I mean, Lucifer definitely always has had a good balance of goofiness and drama and seriousness, if you will. I mean, it's always been able to, you know, weave together these nice little funny, witty lines of dialogue and ironic situations and, you know, just funny things that maybe you wouldn't expect to happen. They just might pepper that in there really quick to kind of alleviate some tension or to kind of, you know, give you a little bit of a breather of maybe some of the heavier things that are going on. And I feel like they've always done a good job with that. But I felt like this episode in particular, they kind of upped the notch on the goofiness even more. Not because it already has been pretty goofy, I guess you could say, but even more so this episode. And I don't think it was a bad thing per se for this episode. I think it's something that I wouldn't want to see. I wouldn't want to see them take it to this level every episode. But to pepper it in every now and then, I definitely think it's pretty cool. I mean, the whole premise of this episode was just hilarious. Like Chloe having to go around and interview all of Lucifer's exes, and, you know, practically it seemed like the whole city of LA has been with this man at this point. They took all of the, you know, the characterizations of these different characters in this episode and kind of just amplified them. Lucifer being so, you know, sexually adventurous and promiscuous, and like Maze being a demon and stuff, like how she was like getting mad at Linda when she was calling her a human. Like, it was like everything in this episode kind of felt exaggerated, if you will. And I thought that was fun to see. You know, it definitely gave it a very light feeling, and it managed to do that while still actually making it a pretty thoughtful episode, because we saw a side of Lucifer that we haven't seen before. When after all those people came in, and, you know, we see the usual Lucifer bragging about all the different stuff he's done, and people bragging about the stuff that Lucifer has done to them, and we see that Lucifer is like the most, you know, sexually adventurous person in the world. All of a sudden, then we start to see the other side of that and see that these people don't really care about him. They don't think anything of him. They thought it was just a one-night stand, you know, which it was, and they didn't really think anything of it. And we've all known that. Lucifer's, we would have thought, would have even known that. I think he's known that. But it seems like in this episode, it hit him in a different way. And it made him, you know, think about things in a way that he maybe hasn't before. And it was very interesting to see, because we've never really seen Lucifer vulnerable in that way, to where he's like, wow, all these people that I, you know, do this with don't actually really care about me that much. And then the only person that does is like an obsessed stalker that I've never even met before. So it was very interesting, I thought, to see that play out and to see how they took such a goofy situation and still managed to make it a moment for introspection for Lucifer, if you will. And it definitely influenced his, you know, his mindset at the end there when he was starting to talk to Chloe about how he doesn't deserve her anymore. Cool that they actually finally went there with Lucifer and Chloe, if you will, at the end there. You know, I thought it might have been another one of those things where, you know, it almost looked like Chloe was about to come around to Lucifer, but now Lucifer is no longer interested, and so now they're still back in the same position. But no, they actually had them kiss at the end. Like, that's why I didn't think they were going to do it in the last episode, because when they are about to and then it stops, that usually means it's not actually about to happen right then. Otherwise, they would have just had it happen, which is what they did have happen here. So it's cool that, like, last episode, they kind of teased it, but then it didn't really go through. With this episode, they really did do it. Amenadiel and Charlotte trying to now turn around and actually convince Lucifer to stay with Chloe is pretty funny to me too, because I think it shows how much they don't understand how people work and whatnot. I'm not saying that the reason Lucifer changed his mind at the end there and was like trying to get away from Chloe is because of them completely, but I think it was a contributing factor. I definitely think that them saying that maybe kind of was part of what made him reconsider whether that was right. Because, you know, he might not trust what they've said before, especially Charlotte. But obviously also it was some of the comments that Chloe made, like about her, like the differences between them and her caring about Trixie. And it was that moment that Lucifer had at the end there with Bert, when he was getting mad at him for talking badly about Jana. And he was saying, you don't deserve her. I don't either, da da da. And then I guess that started to kind of, you know, he started to think about Chloe in that way too. And he was like, dang, I the way I treat these people, the way I go through these people like this, and the way none of these people feel an emotional connection to me, I don't deserve Chloe and whatnot. So yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this episode. I think I'm at that point, you know, where I just really like the show. So I'm gonna enjoy the episode, unless it's just like terrible or something. I mean, which I don't think Lucifer would do at this point. I think they seem to have gotten this thing on lock. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm gonna enjoy the episode, regardless, usually probably, but. Still though, with that being said, I thought this was a very well done episode. Like I said, really on the goofy side. I might not want to see that every single time. Of course, I want them to stay goofy like they always do, but not maybe to the point that it was in this episode every single time. That being said though, great episode. Looking forward to where we're headed next with that man in the like trench coat or top hat or whatever that was. Seems like we have some interesting stuff on the horizon here on Lucifer. So I just can't wait to see what's coming up next. Until then, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this episode. Like the video if you like it, and subscribe if you want to see more. Head over to Patreon if you want to see the full reactions early. If not, that's fine too. I'm not trying to force anything on you. That's going to be it though. I'll see you all later.